Hey guys, and welcome to Turn Up with me, Miss Yakins.
And your boy, Mr. Alvin.
Tonight, we chat to our music reporter and top UK DJ, Tash LC. And we sit down with the hottest Afrobeats producer and DJ, it's Juls.
You ready? Let's go. Welcome to Turn Up.
Coming up tonight, we join Eve as she checks out the Basement Gig, an event for emerging artists on the scene.
And our music reporter Tash chats to the new girl on the scene, Tommy Agape.
But let's kick off tonight's show by welcoming to the studio, it's Juls. Juls, baby, Juls, baby.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hi, Juls. We are so excited to have you here on the Turn Up sofa. How you doing?
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes, lovely. So obviously, you've been through it. Music is a big part of you, who you are. What did you grow up listening to? What were your parents playing when you was growing up?
My dad played a lot of jazz records. You know, there was, records like George Benson and, Barry White and stuff like that. But my mum listened to a lot of reggae and high life, so there was Jimmy Cliff. And then there were old school high life artists like CK Man. So those are the sort of sounds that I was hearing. We just grew up with that kind of stuff, really, and then it just sort of like sticks with you, do you know what I mean?
Nice.
So,
What are some of the names that you would say, yeah, this person definitely influenced my music today?
Jay Dilla, Kanye West, and Just Blaze, those guys are like my crazy influences. I started listening to a lot of Don Jazzy, and how he used to sort of implement a lot of real instrumentation in his production. There's so many influences, but if you listen to music so much, you always hear a particular sound, and you're like, oh, I like how that sounds, and you sort of like flip it the way you
Was
want
Fella
to.
ever involved in kind of like upbringing, or was that just...
I feel like Fela Kuti is, he's like the godfather that really started the whole African sort of music, particularly from West Africa anyway. And because he wasn't just a musician, he was an activist, so he was speaking his truth, his mind, which is really good. And you don't really hear that in music these days. The rhythms would move you, you're forced to dance, but there's still a message in there. So
That's definitely true.
And it's funny you said you started off with hip-hop.
Hip-hop, yeah.
So how did you actually get into the Afrobeat scene?
So the first African sort of sound that I created was with a group called Show Them Camp.
Yeah.
Which is in 2012. It was a song called Feel Alright that featured Bosch the Microphone and Laddie Poe. I don't know how I came up with the sound. I just started messing with instruments.
Yeah.
But I started adding a lot of African percussion to the beats. And then I just started like, I like this wave. It's not really African music, but, the language and the way it's being sang has that African influence.
And speaking of Mr. Easy, in 2016, you guys worked together to do Skin Tight. Would you say that was a time, like a pivotal moment in your career when things just shot off?
What happened was Bankolize came out 2014 in November, and all these songs were sort of like marinating, you know what I mean? And then 2016, everybody was on the vibes.
That was
it. 2016 was a mad year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's when things started taking off. Then we created other records like Hold Up, and then there was Shito.
Yeah.
And then I co-produced Anointing with Team Salou as well.
In regards to that obviously led up to your album called Leap of Faith, which is obviously like a lot of people would tune in. You had a lot of artists on that, of course. How did that come about? Like, how was that? Just making that for you, was it a leap of faith?
I was introduced to Nonso Amadi, and he said, yo, there's this kid, he's a sick artist, you need to work with him. And I sent him the radio record. And, that took off. And then we made more records, and then that's when we made Early. And, I reached out to Malik, and I was like, yo, bro, like, can you bless me with, with that? I recorded Bad with Kojo.
All of them, that's a bad track.
So Kojo and I, both from East London, Notes as well. Notes just came in with his voice. Just vibes.
That's
and then we're playing the beat, dun, 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 then Notes was like, we just recorded it straight, and it was like, at first it was supposed to be a verse, then I was like, nah, this could actually be a hook.
And you've worked with all of these people, and they're singing and you're producing their tracks, but we've never actually heard you sing. So will we be hearing that side of you in anytime soon?
I mean, I sing in the shower.
So we're about to check out your video, Oshe.
It's my favourite.
So tell me a little bit about the track.
It's kind of like different from what I normally do because it's kind of up-tempo. It still has elements in there that I usually use in my production. And I wanted to give it like an essay feel.
Let's check it out.
Tell we absolutely love that song.
You,
and obviously it's off the newest EP, Ojeko.
Ojeko.
What does that even mean?
So Ojeko is it's a Ghana term. Ghana is my native language from Ghana, means good morning. Figuratively, what it means is, when you wake up in the morning, you greet your parents, you announce your presence, that kind of thing. It's sort of like a rule. You need to greet in the morning, like respect.
I like that.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
How you doing? Good morning. Listen to me. Ojeko. Juls, how important is it for you to, speak to your fans on Instagram and Twitter?
The fans are very important. Some of them travel miles and miles just to come and see you. I've had messages from people saying, "Oh, I came all the way from this to come and see your set and stuff," and you're like, "Oh." It's kind of heartwarming and stuff.
Definitely.
So don't forget, check out @Yanga_UK on Instagram and Twitter. And use #TurnUp to chat to us about the show.
And that's it for part 1, but do not go anywhere because we'll be right back after the break. Keep it locked.
You tell me say they go watch where we slow wine. Oh, you say you want to take control. Yeah, you say you want to take control. The way she they do me, you beg back control. See the way you they roll it, you beg back control. See my baby want to take control. Sexy, para ballet. So you want to take charge, okay? Girl, I no mind. Go do your thing, girl, I'll be quiet. Yeah, I no lie. Baby, when I say it's your time, you say make her hold tight. Now she says she want give me that. Give me African waist like Tiwa. She want give me that work like Rihanna. Yeah, Jerry Bush, she rotate TD like a tire. Yeah, she dey make man stand ovation. Abaka don't cause inflation for the nation. You say you want me love to the baseline. You tell me say you don't want waste time. You say them other girls have to stand in line. You tell me say they go watch how we slow wine. Oh, you say you want to take control. Yeah, you say you want to take control. The way she they do me, you beg back control. See the way you they roll it, you beg back control.
Dream and worry when you're Brian, you grow. Nasan show and be sound been any jet, to a money and in Nagu. The Shami concrete, you be a see, and I want any jelly in Nagu. You want a tree, enjoy your demo. Come on, dear, say, move your body, man, Jobia. You ain't in a party because I'm a man in you. Come on, dear, say, move your body, man, Jobia. You ain't in a party because I'm a man in you.
Yeah, dear girl, if your money finish, she ask me, brother. Yeah, dear girl, bring all your friends, I got you, my love. Yeah, dear girl, forget him, I'm drink some for me, oh. Dance, 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 yo. Dance, 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 yo. Brother, enjoy. Take your time, my love. Spend my money.
Welcome back to Turn Up. And look who is here, our girl Tash LC.
Hey guys,
Welcome.
How are you?
So, where have you been this week?
So this week I caught up with rising star Tommy Agape. Loveliest girl. She's going to be an absolute superstar. We spoke about her Afro soul sound, collaborations, being a woman in the music industry. And loads more. And I believe that you two collaborated on Leap of Faith, right?
We did. We worked on a song called After 6. You know, she has an amazing voice.
Yes. Yeah, she really does.
Like, so sick, and, you know, her vibe is just, you know, incredible. She's very chilled, very relaxed. It was a good session, and, you know, we just created that banger. Yeah, it was good vibes, man.
Sick. Good vibes. Well, that sounds really exciting. So, you know, let's check it out.
Agape is a kind of stage name, but what's the actual meaning of agape?
So agape is a kind of love, and it's basically the most unconditional love, the highest form of love. It's like the love that God has for like humans.
What's the day in the life like of Tommy at the moment?
Well, because I'm working on my EP, there's a lot of writing and studio. So those are like my main focuses now, and just planning for my project.
Oh, I read that you find music therapeutic. Do you think this also has that therapy side of it also inspires how you write in terms of like the soul, the chill, the like when you can really feel like the part of your sound?
Yeah, I feel like most of the beats I get have that feel anyway, so that's why I write like that. But like, if I got a beat that was more up tempo or more, I write to the beat. But naturally, I do have like a soulful voice. I love neo soul. I love soul. And so, like, I mixed that with me being African and Afrobeats and mixed it and created, like, Afro soul.
For the longest time we're jamming in a party, hands up on my way. You whisper, tell me, say you want me to get naughty, and then I tell you, babe, just wait.
In the Night is out now. It's produced by a Nigerian-based producer called Sparks. Nonce Amadi's on the song, and he lives in Toronto. And the director we wanted to use lives in Toronto as well. And I was like, well, this will be good to travel because I love traveling. So we went to Toronto, shot the video inside, so you don't even know that we're in Toronto, but it was an experience. And like, I'm excited for the video to come out because UA, the director, he's like genius, he's so creative.
Do you have any wise words for any fellow girls out there that are looking to get into music, in terms of maybe girls that maybe are losing their motivation a little bit and find a bit tough to get involved with?
I would just say keep working hard. Don't get demotivated because it's so easy to. You need to work, otherwise nothing's gonna happen. So you just have to keep working. Yeah.
Yes, girls. Let's make some future queens.
Temperature riser, heating your eyes up, hands on my thighs.
She's absolutely amazing, right?
How good does she look as well?
Absolutely amazing. So she's on your radar, right?
100%. This girl she's destined for big things. You know that as well.
Definitely.
She's destined.
Definitely.
Lit.
Big ups.
I'm looking forward to that song. Tommy, give me a call. We'll see you get talking.
Tommy, please don't forget us when when you're famous. Remember, we went to school together.
All of that.
We lived together at uni. Don't forget me, girl. Don't forget me.
So Tash, thank you for coming in.
No
It's
worries.
always a pleasure. Make sure you come back and see us.
Make
I will,
sure.
guys.
Give us them updates.
Well, now it's time for us to check out our girl Eve and what she's been up to this week in Nigeria. This week, she went to Basement Gig, an event for new artists, giving them a chance to, perform live and work on their skills. So let's take a look.
I am at the Basement Gig. Well, Basement Gig actually is all about the A-list artists and the up-and-coming artists mixing together, socializing, networking, and understanding what the music brand is really about. Don't go anywhere. It's your girl Eve, and it's Turn Up on Yanga TV.
Are you ready to party? Let's switch it up. Sum it up.
How are you?
I'm good. Osha Prapra.
How about you start by introducing yourself?
Yeah, my name is Shay Banks. I'm a multimedia personality. I'm the co-host of the Basement Gig as well.
What's the Basement Gig really about?
Just promoting good music, especially from fast-rising artists in the country and from the borders as well. You know, just supporting good art, you know, especially with artists that, you know, find their content quite hard to reach the mainstream market, you know, so it's kind of like an encouraging platform or medium to support good music.
Yes, guys, yes, I am still at the Basement Gig here at Alba Lounge, Victoria Island, Lagos, and it's with me one of the, you know, up-and-coming artists who literally brought down the house with his performance. Hi, what's up, Harry?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
I'm good. What's your name?
Juls the Kid.
Okay, quick question. Why Juls the Kid?
It stands for, Juls is the unit of energy. So I bring the energy, basically.
Right. Okay, so is this your first time performing on the Basement Gig?
Yeah, definitely.
So how did you feel?
I loved it.
It's about the vibes. And if the vibe is right, if the song is good, people will go from 0 to 100. I said that a couple of times tonight. You go from 0 to 100. You may not like it at first, but when you hear it and you fall in love with good music, you just have to go to 100.
And it's a wrap from me here, but trust me when I tell you that performances were great. From DJ 6-7 to the host, even to various performances here at the Basement Gig. So I hate to leave, but I gotta go, and it's your girl Eve, and it's Turn Up on Yanga TV.
So obviously, these guys are new to the scene, and obviously they're always working on their craft, working on their stuff.
Yeah.
How important do you feel like these events are for new artists?
Yeah, they're good because it gives, you know, people the opportunity to see what's out there apart from what's really the mainstream sort of music. Me personally, I like to go to like random live shows in town just to sort of like see new talent, see what's really out there. You know, if I like it. Me, the type of person I am, I'm just gonna come to the stage and just grab your feet and be like, yo, I really like what you're doing. You know, can we work, that kind of thing. I don't really hesitate with those things. So it's important. It's also builds their confidence.
Yeah.
So they actually get that on stage sort of experience and like see what it's like to actually perform. And then God willing, when they get bigger, they'll be able to perform to like, you know, bigger crowds without having any stage fright, that kind of thing.
That's very true.
And I'm not sure if you noticed, but in this VT, there was someone called Juls the Kid. I feel like he ripped off your name. What do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Hey, you said Jules the Kid.
Juls
I'm
the
not a
Kid.
kid.
Okay.
What's that about? What's that?
That was a shocking moment. It was a shocking moment.
I mean, the name Jules is like, my name is Julian, like that's my real name.
Yeah.
My mom called me Jules when I was 2 years old.
Okay.
So, you know, that's the name that literally they've been calling me since I was a baby. And now everybody calls me that now, so I don't know what his name is.
It could be Julius.
It could be Julius. Giuliano.
Yeah.
Juju.
We know who Jules is, right?
But thanks to Eve for showing us some more of what's going on in Nigeria.
Okay, so that's it for this week. But before we go, you know, it's that time. It's game time. So, Jules, we challenge you to the All About Me quiz. Not me, it's all about you.
Yeah.
You have 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible.
Now, if you score 10 points or more, you win the special Yanga trophy.
Only one person has won it so far.
Ding, ding.
And that was Fowles. Fowles is the only person that's won it, so...
How many points did he win it by, though?
He got 10, yeah, he got 10 out of 10.
So you said 10 or more?
Yeah, 10 or more, so you ready?
Got this, yeah?
So 10.5, you might even win something.
Let's shoot it.
So are you ready?
I hope so. Let's go.
Please, may I have 60 seconds on the clock? Your time starts now. Which sound effects did you mimic growing up? Do one for us now.
What is Malogo playing at the start of the O'Shea video?
Start of the
O'Shea video.
Oh, he's playing cards.
Okay. How many times has your track Bad been streamed on Spotify?
5.8,600,000 and something thousand.
How many followers to the nearest 1,000 do you have on Twitter?
44,000 or 45,000.
Name the 2 music videos you released that are animated.
Burna Boy Guan, My Wave.
What's on the back of your denim jacket in the music video Early?
It's Africa.
What is the name of your secondary school in Ghana?
Akusum International School.
What was the name of the track you produced for Show Them Camp?
Feel Alright.
You were nominated for a MOBO in 2017. What was the category called?
African Act.
Okay.
Jules, I can confirm you scored 9 points.
9. You
You
tried.
was 1 off.
You actually got all 9 questions right.
We just wasn't able to get to 10.
We wasn't able to get to 10 because you took long when you was answering, you know, instead of you to be sharper. You know yourself well. You know yourself well, so well done. That is it for tonight. Huge thanks to Jules for being here and blessing us on our turn up so far. And for you guys at home, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
Peace out and turn up.